Transformation will spur innovation, ensure efficiency and reliability, and make electricity more affordable. The economy will grow faster, and in the end, the network company will sell more. With a stronger economy, electricity usage will increase, maintaining profits for the provider while the prices gets lower for the consumer.
Oh my Grenada.
In a liberalized economy, everybody wins. Liberalization is about the people of Grenada. Fair competition, fair prices, power to the people.
Good morning, Grenada. It's another beautiful morning, and it's time for Hard Talk. Yeah, we coming to you live this morning, right, via a number radio station, 89.5 CRFM, all right, 97.5, all right, City Sounds, 92.9. Yeah, Sister Isle and Carriacou. Good morning, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Yeah, and beautiful. Oh, that sunshine glittering on that sun. And in Brooklyn, New York, 94.9 We Noise Radio. Good morning, Wade. And good morning to all the persons in the diaspora, wherever you are. It's another beautiful morning in Grenada. It's time for Hard Talk. Yeah, and as we start this program, my name is Devon Romain, and Sheldon is not with us today, so you got me all for yourself this morning. All right, good morning to all the police officers, wherever you are, prison officers, customs, Coast Guard, wherever you are, the bus drivers, the doctors, the nurses. Good morning to you, Dr. Thomas, wherever you are. And so good morning to our elderly citizens of this nation. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning in Spice Country, and it's Hard Talk. This morning is basically an open line. You can call, let's have your discussion, right? You can ask any question, you can make your comments, and so just keep it civil and respectful. And so as we go along, we intend to have a wonderful program this morning. And hey, we have one or two housekeeping matters this morning. Okay? Yeah, St. David's constituency, luncheon and lime. Yeah. Lunch starts at 12 noon. Price $10 is today, July 5th, 2019. Right? The menu, barbecue chicken, pork or fish with salad, is happening at the constituency office grounds. Okay? You know where that is. That's close to Lassages playing field right there, right around the corner by Natural Works right there. You see the ladies, you'll see the big yard set up. Yeah, it's the St. David's constituency luncheon and lime. Takes place today. It starts at 12, okay? All right, the price for the barbecue and so is $10. So go out and support, all right, the St. David's constituency branch. And so very important though that this weekend, right? We sort of drift out in the diaspora. This weekend, Diaspora for Development, the Grenadian diaspora partnering with the partners in nation building. They will be having a forum out there in the UK. Okay, it's at Acton Vale Community Centre, right? That's Acton, London, W37JZ. Right, date, it's Sunday the 7th, 2019. Present will be the Honorable Peter David, Foreign Minister and Minister of Labour. And so he will be there addressing the audience, taking your questions, meeting with the diaspora persons and so. All right, so those of you here who have your family around that location, hey, send them a message, let them know. Right, it's on Sunday. This Sunday, right, the diaspora meeting with, right, the Honorable Peter David, right? The time is 3 p.m., right? So go out there, right, and be a part of the discussion, whatever, you can do as diaspora groups, and so go out and have that discussion with the foreign minister, right? As a nation, it's no secret we depend on the diaspora for a number of things because they are Grenadians, right, who are willing to help, who has been helping generously, right, in the past and will continue to do so. Right, so it's your opportunity to be there, right, at the Acton Vale Community Centre, right, that's in Acton, London, W37JZ. The date, Sunday, the 7th July 2019, 3 p.m. Okay, so be out there. Yes, my friends. Well, a review of this week, basically. On Monday, basically, we had well, we were not in studio per se, but we had that rebroadcast of the Financial Intelligence Unit Chief, Superintendent Tafawa Pierre, right, who was basically explaining the laws governing the FIU and giving Grenadians basic information about the FIU, what it is, the organization, what it does, and so, right, how it operates, and so within the confines of the Royal Grenada Police Force, and so the duties and responsibilities, all right, and he outlined a number of things, right, for us as a people to pay attention to. And one of the things that came to mind straight off the bat is the whole question of counterfeit, all right, counterfeit money, and then the whole question of the online scam that is going on all now, persons trying to scam you, and so. So, the information there was so good. He ensured that he outlined, right, some of the things that you can do, right, who you can call if you're not sure, right, the warnings that he put out there as to why you should not get involved in things that you do not have information about, right, and scams that what they want you to send money to them for you to get money. That's too good to be true, right? So he basically spelled out all of that, and so for us to understand. So it is upon us now to ensure that we continue to educate ourselves when it comes to these online scams and so, right? And the whole question of counterfeit, right? It comes to play because around this time is a festive time, it's carnival time, right? And we expect that. It has been a norm for years now around these festive activities, and so you find persons coming out with counterfeit money trying to scam their fellow Grenadians, right? And so, or maybe persons may not be Grenadians but have, been aided and abetted by, help and so by Grenadians, and so on. It's disgusting, right, to know that you set up your small business trying to sell things to the public, and there you go, you continuously getting, counterfeit bills and all these sort of things. So you need to be careful, you need to know, you need to compare these bills, you need to understand the differences. And so you're not sure, get in touch with the FIU, the Royal Grenada Police Force, or one or two little things that may help. You compare, look for a legitimate bill, $100 bill, $50 bill, $20 bill, right? And ensure that you know the features. So if you're not sure about a particular bill, you compare it, the size, right? The configuration. Look at it carefully. See what it is missing and everything like that. It is in your interest. Yes, you may slow down your business, but at the end of the day, you will be the one that is profiting, not losing. Okay? So it's very, very important. And so that we pay attention to all these things that is going on. All right? And so, well, on Tuesday, as usual, we had the post-cabinet briefing, and so hosted by Senator the Honorable Dr. Winston Garvey, right? And it was primarily to explain and to give more information, and so concerning the seed and the back to school program, right? And a lot of information was given out, and so concerning that, as to persons, what the program is all about, right? Who benefits from the program and everything like that, and it is so important. And one thing I must say, right? There has been persons out there who continue, in my view, to attack a program, right? Like the school books program and the uniform and voucher program and these sort of things. These programs that assist persons who cannot afford at this point in time to send their children to school to educate them. And there are persons out there who continuously attacking that program, right? And saying all sorts of things about it. But I want to remind fellow Grenadians that this is a program that is designed to assist persons who cannot afford at this point in time. The money being used, the $7+ million that is being used, right, to upkeep that program, it is our money. It is Grenadians' money. It is your money. The same persons who are receiving those vouchers, it is your money the government is giving back to you. You pay tax. You pay VAT. Make no mistake about that. You're not begging, right, or crying trouble for the government. They are just assisting you in ensuring that your child meet the needs to educate themselves. So don't be ashamed. Don't feel as if you begging. No, it's yours. Make no mistake about that. So don't continue to study persons who continue to attack the program and talk about it's an NNP program. Yes, the NNP party, right, is a party that won the election, does have 15 parliamentarians in parliament. So it is obvious. It is members of the NNP party that makes up the government. But the government is a government of the people. So when people continue to attack and to malign that program, I say shame on you. Shame on you. Because you're not educating your people, letting them know that it is not a handout you're getting. It's their own money, their own hard taxpayers' money, not some of us money. It's all of us money that is paying for to educate the future of our country. And we must make no mistake about that. So don't feel bad when the government is assisting you. If I need assistance, I will go and get assistance because I need it. It is my money. The government is putting it into good use to help my children. And we must make the best out of it. So all those who want to continue to attack and to malign that program, and so, yes, but you know what? It is benefiting the persons who it's supposed to benefit. What you prefer? You prefer to have a government who knows that there are persons out there who need the assistance to send their children to school and don't? The future of our country is at stake. When we educate our people, we liberate them. And that is what this party and this government is all about. Educating to liberate our people. And that is what you guys are afraid of. The more children we send, the more children we support and send to school. From pre-primary school as far as university. Through the Imani program, the more of these persons that are helped and sent to educate themselves is the more power we give fellow Grenadians. Is the more stronger our country becomes. That is what it's all about. When government puts out finances to help, especially our young people, it is because they care about our young people. They care about their future, their education. They care about what the path they take as they continue along in life. Some of us want to neglect the younger ones that opportunity. We were not neglected. Most of us, we had the opportunity to go to school and to do what? What about those who do not have the opportunity and need assistance? Should we turn our back? No. This government will never turn its back on its people. They are here to support, to ensure that the Grenadian people are being helped in whatever way necessary, through agriculture, through education, right? Whatever they can, because that is what it's all about. The delivery of service to better the lives of the Grenadian people. And I make no apology in telling you, right? Don't be ashamed and don't be fooled by others who continue to say that, oh, it's NNP people that is benefiting from the program. No, it's us, all of us Grenadians that is benefiting. We all pay tax. And shame on you people who continue to attack programs like the school books program and the Imani program and so. Because you are attacking the future of our country. The young people of our country, we are making an effort to secure their future through education, which is key. When someone is educated, they are being liberated. And that is what you guys are afraid of. The more liberated Grenadians become, is the more you guys vanish away. Right? You guys will not be in existence because you do not educate. You continue to malign and to pull along your fellow brothers. NNP is not about that. NNP is about building and delivering services to better the lives of the Grenadian people. On Wednesday, we had the opportunity to speak to the Public Relations Officer of NAGMA. Very important. Lots of information being spread out through NAGMA. NAGMA is responsible, the body responsible, right, for managing disasters within our country. And we all know that the hurricane season has begun. We into a month. The 1st of June was the beginning of the hurricane season. And I must emphasize, I must ensure that you get the message how important you prepare for a disaster. We are in the hurricane season now, so we are preparing, right, in case that there is some form of disaster related to rain. For example, because we're in the rainy season. Right? But that is not the only disaster that we have to prepare for. Any type of disaster, whether it be fire, earthquake, hurricane, whatever, we as a people must educate ourselves and prepare. NAGMA has continued to update the country, right, about the different levels of preparation, right, that is ongoing within our country. The list of shelters, right, for 2019 has not yet been published. However, the listing of shelters for 2018 is still in effect. It is in effect up until at this point in time. So God forbid something has to be happen and the shelters need to be open. Persons are reminded that you pay attention to the list of shelters, right, that was given for 2018. Okay, your coordinators in the different districts and so right will guide you through, right, the district bodies and so that NAGMA has set up within every constituency, right, and so information will be spelled out to you. But it is incumbent on you as an individual, as a home, as the head of a home, as families, right, to be prepared in the case of anything. Let's take, for example, in the case of a hurricane. Right? We know there is a watch and a warning. These things will be issued, right, by the Met Office, and we will get, as a people, we will get the information from NAGMA as to what the system is all about, right, and what, as a people, we should be doing. It is important. But it is so important for you as an individual to know what you need to have in case of a hurricane. You have to be prepared. You have to have things like lights. You have to have things like storage for water for at least 7 days per person. So you're talking about the drums on the outside, right? Clean them. Make sure you sterilize them, put a little bleach, whatever in them, and put clean water and cover them away from the mosquitoes and so. Mosquitoes can't breed in them, right? Thus helping to spread, right, the dengue and all these sort of things. We want to avoid all these things, so we take precaution. While we are storing up for water, we must ensure that our water is covered so that it must not be a breeding site for mosquitoes. It is all good to store water, but if it is not stored properly, you create another problem. Right? So water, 7 days water for at least every person within your home. Start preparing. The big drums on the outside, full them, cover them up. And so the drinking containers within inside your house, ensure that they have fresh water, drinking water. And if possible, every week or every other week, you change them if you can. So you always keep it fresh, right? Especially your drinking water. Have your first aid kit. Most of us know what a first aid kit makes up of, right? The bandages, the scissors, the tapes, right? They rubbing alcohol, the different medications. If any member of your family is on medication, high blood pressure, whatever it is, diabetic, right? You know the instructions, you know what to do in case of that, right? Take care of the medication. Secure these things. It is very important. It could depend, it could either be life and death in situations like that. Your first aid kit is very important, right, to have one, right? Stock up on some dry goods, canned food, right? Biscuits, Crick's biscuit and that sort of thing. If you can buy a pan and have it there, right, it lasts. Right? Food, things that you know that will last for at least a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? A month. And so, go on the shelf. Don't look for, goods that will expire within the next year or perhaps next couple of months. But ensure that you have the best so it can last you through, right, the hurricane season up until November. It's very important that we have all of that. The flashlights, the batteries. Some of us have the solar lights and so the solar radios. Be prepared. The kerosene, the lamps, right, and all these things. Ensure that your family, your children has a small bag, right, with some clothes that they can pick up and move at any time, right? Be prepared in case you have to go to a shelter. It is so important, right, that we understand and know, right, what has to be done. It is important. It depends on your life. If you are not prepared, right? Persons who are versed in things like communication and first aid and so, help is needed. Ensure that persons around know what needs to be done, right? Before a hurricane and even after, right, the event of a hurricane, right? A lot of people within Grenada are still traumatized from after Ivan. And so, but it's a lesson we learn from all these things. Right? So as we move forward, we ensure that we're safe, right? Our families are safe. Properties, yes, it comes after, but your life is very important. The life of your pets, the life of the elderly, right? The life of the sick, the disabled, persons who cannot move on their own. Systems must be put in place to ensure that they move to safe place and everything like that, right? So NAGMA is continuing to educate and share information to the general public concerning about the different weather patterns, right? It has also encouraged persons on a daily basis. Listen to your radio, your television for the weather reports, as it affects you, right, locally. Not listen to the weather reports every day on CNN only showing you about America and even Europe. Pay attention to what is going on, right, within the Caribbean region, things that will affect you. And so it is very important. Pay attention to the news, right? Your life depends on the level of preparation, right, that you undergo. Make no mistake. Do not take these things for granted. At any point in time, a disaster could happen, and you must have a level of preparation. Very important. Okay, and if there are things that you're not sure about as to what to do, right? There are places to go. You can ask questions. You can call us. Right? Call HARDTALK if you're not sure, you want to find out information. We will find the correct information and disseminate it to you. Okay? So don't be afraid. That's what we are here for. Right? It's an open line, and give us a call. Let us know where you are in the neck of the woods and how you feeling. Share with us, right, as we discuss this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Kami.
Good morning to Devon Romain
Yes, ma'am.
and Sheldon.
Yes.
I know Sheldon in Carriacou. Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah. Well, boy, I went, by watch. I'm so upset. I am so upset, Grenada. Grenada, Carriacou and Pity Madness. Miss Tammy is so pissed off this morning. Devon, I went to the hospital this morning.
Yes.
And when I went up there, it's a good thing you called me, boy. Why that thing hurting me, boy? That thing hurting me, Devon. They could never pay up that promise for the years of service that you have given to the people.
Yeah.
That hurt me. Who is the man there? I don't know.
He's a rock.
When I go there, I can go with him.
Oh, boy.
They went with him already. And when I reached up there, when I went there, they not tell me, oh God, you missed your boy. He gone. And everybody sad. Oh God.
Don't worry, Camille. Don't worry.
Oh God.
We all have him in our prayers. Don't worry.
The man telling up, send transport for me when I sick. 2, 3 in the morning and pick me up. Oh God.
God is
Dr.
good.
Thomas, Dr. Coy, Dr. Philip, the kind of service they just give to that hospital. Dr. Thomas overwork, his body overwork.
Well, you know what?
And I have no apology for what I have to say now. And allow me. You know something? Over the years, that man giving all this service, they will never upgrade him. For all the years of service, when Stan giving the hospital. They're giving the foreigners. They're upgrading the foreigners. The nurses and MD, that they are the years giving service. They're upgrading the foreigners. No apology. No apology. I have no apology for saying that this morning because I'm always there. And I'm very upset there, but I'm very upset.
Don't worry.
Help me pray for Dr. Thomas.
Camille, don't worry. We will keep on praying.
Pray, Grenada, for Dr. Vincent Thomas, please.
All right, my dear. Have a wonderful day.
God,
all right, take care, darling.
Some of them only care about themselves and their family. Them in the hospital up there, them big men and them. They won't leave me alone, let me say what to say, no. Leave me alone, let me say what to say. They only care about themselves and their family. That man overwork. So I'm going to get on holiday and you still go back up there and work. I don't want people to talk, I don't want people to talk.
All right, my dear. All right, have a wonderful day, Camille. Yeah, and Camille, I understand because the feelings is mutual, right, with me and you when it comes to Dr. Thomas. We share and everything like that. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Jacob.
Huh?
Miss Jacob, your phone making a sort of breakup noise.
There?
Your phone. We could.
Yeah, it's breaking a lot of phone. I'll call you back.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
Papa, love you. Bye.
Okay, Miss Jacob. Yeah, Cammy, the feelings is mutual because when you have someone who has dedicated their life to human service, they will be missed. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Romain.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
Well, not too bad, having fun. And how you
I
doing?
was just rejoicing and seeing your hand out a bandage and it's back in there again.
Yes, it's
I
there.
want you to take care of that hand.
I'm trying my best.
Take it down by the beach and do the therapy down there.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get time to call in Wednesday morning when you had this representative from NAGMA.
Okay.
But a question I had asked was about the preparation for the after effect. As you mentioned this morning, there are some people still traumatized from the past hurricane. And first time I experienced one was in '04.
Okay.
And I just trying to, kind of live back. Because the first one I ever experienced and seen that bit of depression that happened after the effect. So what is in preparation for the after effect of the immediate action, if anything is in place for that mentally to help the people to get over and to get through?
Well,
and to cut it short, I'm hoping to catch you all guys sometime this year.
okay.
I'm looking to come back down. So
All right, man. Well,
take it easy and hey.
All right.
love.
So you take care, all right? Have a wonderful
Tell
day.
Sheldon I say hello to Hurry.
All right, I will, and you enjoy it.
Okay.
All right, my brother.
Bless you.
One love. And a very important question the gentleman raised here in terms of the after preparation, after the disaster, right, took place, what has been put in place, and so to ensure that the populace, is safe and sound. Now there are a number of things, right? There are a number of committees, right, that works within NAGMA, from health, right, and health and wellness to everything works and so on. When it comes to the aftershock, what comes after the level of preparation, for example, psychological effects. You have the Ministry of Health, right, who will have a number of persons related to trauma and that sort of thing on hand, right, in different areas where it's needed. Right, and so there are a number of committees that work within NAGMA that will support in the case after a disaster. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning,
Good morning, my friend. Yes.
How are you?
Not too bad.
You all this morning?
Yes, Lone Ranger.
Yes. Brother, I want to say congratulations to the students of the Hartfield Primary School that graduated yesterday. I want to say congratulations to each and everyone. And as they enter into secondary school,
Turn on your
advise them that.
Hello. Turn on your radio in the background.
Hello. Okay. Let's call back.
Okay. All right.
I'll call back.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, because the radio giving us a little feedback, affecting us, daily, and so. Right, and so that I was saying in terms of after, right, the effects of a disaster, there are a number of things that NAGMA and so with help from government and so, right, a number of bodies have been in place, from shelter management to damage and assessment and so, right, health, right, and so works. All these committees will meet before to prepare, put things in place, and they will meet immediately after, right, to ensure to estimate and to ensure that, to assess the damage and what needs to be done, which area is needed this and which area is needed that. So there are a number of things based on my knowledge, being part of NAGMA, and so number of things that are there to ensure that, to cushion the effect. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, Devon.
Yeah, much better.
I was saying, yesterday was the Hartfield Primary School graduation. I want to say congratulations to all the students that graduated yesterday. I want to let them know that as they enter into the secondary school, the education life just begin. Right? I want each one to know that they have to know the purpose why they enter into a learning institution is to educate themselves and make them a better person in society. And one of the things that is important, respect and discipline. Because sometimes children, they're very capable, they lack respect, they lack discipline. And that could hinder them when you lack respect for the teachers and for authority. So these two things important, respect and discipline. Have discipline for your authority and to maintain the true purpose and make sure that you want to make it you formally proud, your village proud. And that could only happen when you know your purpose and to maintain your purpose and to be successful in life, you must know why you enter into an institution. Like I always said, see, Brother Devon, if you enter into an institution and you know the reason why you enter there, you'll fail. You fail already. So you must know your purpose and maintain a purpose and to be successful in life. And Brother Devon, I want to say something concerning to do with the program that the government having for the poor people of the nation. When an election took place and any party win, that party that win is not a government for NMP, not a government for NDC, but it's the government of Grenada who represent everyone, NMP, NDC, GLP, every Grenadian. So that if government have a program that basic school books whatsoever, it is for all the Grenadian people. You see and that's why you always have failure with a party who try to divide. But when you have a party that tries to unite and bring people together and reach to help everyone, that party will always be successful. And NMP is the party that we care and love for one another. And whatsoever program we have is for all. Because everybody pay tax. Right? Everybody pay tax and they should receive. And I can't see why you try to deprive people from receiving something. You don't give in them, but you tell them don't take. Right? If you tell me don't take something, you should be able to give me, but if you don't give me, but you tell me don't take. Right? So I want to say to the Grenadian people, don't study these people and the NDC. They don't give you, and the government are looking out and care for you and trying to help you and the children to better their education. So whatever program, whatever thing that the government have in place, accept it. Brother Devon, Sheldon, you have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All right, my friend. Have a wonderful day. Yes, people, and just remember that you like and share, okay, the live, and so more people can share and get much more information. And for those of you calling, and so when you call, and so just low down your radio in the background so we don't get that feedback. You understand? And so, good morning to all of you who have joined us on the live, wherever you are, from London, Toronto, Montreal, and so New York, Washington, Florida, wherever you are around the world. Good morning to you. Special good morning to Kenny C. Yeah, good morning to you, family. How you doing, my brother? Yeah, and so, and also, too, you can, you can join us, those of you on the HARDTALKGrenada.com, okay? So you can, on the move, and you take in the program as you move on. And so the whole question of NAGMA, again, is so important. That's why we continue to have the discussion, right, to help persons to understand the importance of being prepared, right, for a disaster. It is no joke. And a disaster can strike at any point in time. And we must not be caught off guard. We must always be prepared, right, for anything to happen. We must not, right, be caught doing nothing, be complacent. And so our lives depend on it. Our children's lives depend on it. The elderly, right, lives depend on it. And so during things like a disaster, for example, hurricanes, the Royal Grenada Police Force will be playing a pivotal role, right, in ensuring the safety and security of Grenada and its citizens, right? They will ensure that the security and safety of this country is first and foremost, right? So persons must be assured, right, of that. And so we must not take these things for granted, right? Life is too important for that. So we have to be prepared. It is no joking matter. We must continue saying about, they're only giving us warning and nothing is happening. God forbid that day when it will happen and you'll be caught off guard. You don't want that to happen to you, right? So Grenada, I'm appealing to you. Be prepared. Okay? All right. Government of Grenada, Ministry of Health, from the Senior Environmental Health Officer. All right? And so, July 5th, fogging schedule. Okay? Tuesday, schedule for fogging program 2019. Tuesday, the 9th, right, of July. The areas in which fogging will take place from 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Lansapine, including the Secret Harbor, Marina, and its environs. Okay? That's on Tuesday, the 9th of July. That's next week. Okay? The fogging commence, right, in Lansapine from 5 p.m., right, in the Lansapine, right, including Secret Harbor, Marina, and its environs. On Wednesday, the 10th of July, right, it continues in the Chublu area, including Chublu Bay, Marina, and its environment. Same time, 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay, that's on Wednesday, the 10th. On Thursday, the 11th of July, Paddock, including Lagoon Road and its environs, 5 p.m. So please take note, right, for that schedule, right, from the Ministry of Health. The fogging team will be out there on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 5 p.m. in the different locations. Lansapine, 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Lansapine, which includes Secret Harbor, Marina, and its environs. On Wednesday, the 10th, Chublu, right, including the Chublu Bay, Marina, and its environs, right, and Thursday, the 11th July, Paddock, including Lagoon Road and its environs, right. Pay attention, and so when the fogging team comes through, there are a number of things that you need to pay attention to, right. If there are persons within your household that would have a problem, has a problem with asthma and these type of things, that cannot take the consume the scent, the smoke, move them away from that area until the fogging team passes. Secure them, right? You don't want them to be gasping for breath and everything like that. Another thing again, do not lock up your homes or your windows, and so let the smoke, the fog go through your house so it can kill, right? It can kill the mosquitoes, and so that is intending to do. Right, so when you lock up your homes and everything like that, I mean, it kills the whole thing. Right, open up your house, let the fumes go through, let it go all through the houses, kill the mosquitoes. Thus, you have, a much better night rest. Right, and it helps control the population of the mosquito. Right, so the Ministry of Health is asking that you pay attention and you give them the support wherever they need. Give us a call. Right? Our number. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, give us a call. It's 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Don't be afraid. Give us a call, right? Good morning to the persons in the sister Isle of Carriacou and PT Martinique, all right? How you doing this morning? Good morning to the staff of Paddy's. Yeah. Carol and your entire staff, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, good morning to all of you guys. Good morning to the staff of the Sister Isle radio station. Good morning, whatever you're doing. And so, members of staff, hey, good morning to you, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Right? Yes, so it is an open line. Give us a call, right? Let's share. And so, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my dear Brother Devon.
Good morning, Miss Jacob.
How do you do?
Well, I am blessed. Now that I hear your voice.
I'm more blessed again.
Thank you.
Oh, God, I want to see you this afternoon. Make a pass up by St. David,
Well, transport usually be the problem, because, I live way up in not way up, but in St. Andrews. But I will try my best.
And the thing is, if you come up with a bus, you could get an expert, and sometime a minister, if he there, he could bring you home.
I'll try.
By Grenville, where you stay, somewhere up there?
Yes, Miss Jacob.
Huh?
Yes, right up in Grenville.
Well, right.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, man. And you know what you were saying this morning? That's a very, very true thing. I could tell, because I have a lot of weakness with the pass people, they say that was in government day, the NDC. The NDC, when they're reaching in 2009. They don't reach in yet, you know. As soon as they reach in 2009, they're taking out the senior citizens. And to besides, water is life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Water is the best thing in life. Without water, you can't do nothing. If you don't have a piece of food for that day, so long you get some water, you're cooler.
Ms. Jacob, let me ask you a question. How prepared are you in case of a disaster? As a senior citizen, I'm concerned about you as with all the other senior citizens in our country. How prepared are you when it comes to a disaster? Hurricane, for example.
So, hurricane empty?
No, when I'm saying, do you have your first aid kit?
Yes,
Do
I
you
had a first aid kit.
You had one. I want
one.
I want you to have one.
People and them, you know, when I was sick last year, October, they call me all the people, destroy me a lot.
Well, okay, so here what, Ms. Jacob? Right. That gone, they do what needs to be done, but I personally am appealing to you.
To get back some.
Yes, you and to all the other senior citizens around. Ensure that within your household there is a first aid kit, right? There is the things that you need in case of a disaster. Your flashlight, your batteries. Ensure that your phone is charged, your cell phone, right? All these things, your canned goods, and so your water. I want you to be prepared. Once you can afford, once you can move around and do these things, do it for yourself. Don't wait on no one to do it.
No, I don't wait on no one. I have a big drum in my veranda.
Ensure it's full with clean water.
I have to full it up.
Don't tell me you have to. I want you to full it.
I'm pulling it up.
If you need help,
it up and I put in a little tip, a bleach. Not much bleach, you know.
And cover it.
Yeah, but I have it covered.
Good.
So nothing cannot go in, be down in it. And then I have two buckets in me for the toilet. Yes, and then I put a little bleach in it. And then I had 2 for the kitchen.
All right, so
I
here.
was prepared with my water.
So here, Ms. Jacob, when we finish this conversation here, I want you, right, to be more prepared. Ensure that you have all your water for 7 days.
For that.
Ensure that you find and get back a first aid kit.
Yes.
Ensure that you have your supply of canned goods and so, and you're prepared. Ensure that you have a small bag with some clean clothes put aside there in case. Right. I want to make sure that is prepared.
Yes.
You are prepared for that, and to
wait,
all.
let me tell you before we go. Next week, Wednesday,
Yes.
the 10th of July, is my birthday.
What?
I will be having 27 years of age.
Ms. Jacob,
and I want to see you this evening.
Ms. Jacob, you're young. Ms. Jacob, well, I mean, you're out there. I mean, 27. Wow.
Yeah, man, 27, you mad, no?
All right, Ms. Jacob.
17 years, So next week, Wednesday, I will be 27 years.
All right, and God bless you to give you all the health and strength.
By the grace of God.
Yes. So you have a wonderful day, Ms. Jacob.
And you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.
You too.
And Brother Scott, Senator Scott, here, Miss Jacob. I love you, boy, Senator Scott.
He listening to you.
Brother Devon, you have a wonderful and a blessed weekend.
You too, Ms. Jacob.
Okay,
all right?
God
bless. I'll try my best.
By the grace of God.
I will try my best.
Papa?
Okay.
Love you, baby.
Love you too, and you take good care. Yes.
Right.
And to all our senior citizens out there, this is an appeal from me and from NAGMA, right, and from all those concerned. Ensure, if you cannot do it for yourself, you listening to us. You listening to the information from NAGMA. Ensure, right, that you have your fresh water, your first aid kit, and so prepared. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, son. How are you doing?
Not too bad, my friend. And how are you doing?
Well, yeah, sorry for you because you alone flying the plane today. No co-pilot.
That is nothing, man. I have a co-pilot.
Yeah, but you could handle too?
Yes, I'll try my best.
Definitely. My mind tell me yes, you could handle. So you're good otherwise.
Yes, I'm good otherwise. How are you doing?
Well, I'm good, so far yet, Devon, they up here.
Yes, your partner there, Blay.
Well, I wonder if he listening, but I wonder if you can remember the greenhouse.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I wonder if you can remember the greenhouse.
You go find it. Don't worry.
So you're good otherwise.
I'm good otherwise, my friend.
Morning to you, Miss Jacob.
Yeah. And before you go, let me ask you that. How prepared are you in case of a disaster? How prepared are you in case of a disaster?
Well, definitely, I'm prepared.
Right, and I want to make sure that you're fully prepared. You have everything right there for you.
Kit.
Good. All right.
I'll have a water tank there with a pipe run to the basement there, and it's steel pipe.
You have your
plastic pipe, so if anything fall on it, it could bust.
Okay. Right.
Everything is good.
All right, so good. I just want to make sure.
If anything, I could let you know.
Wonderful. Any assistance we could give, trust me, we will do. All right?
I'll let you know, okay?
All right, my friend. You have a wonderful weekend.
You too, buddy.
Take care. All right. Yeah, to the sister Isle of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Yeah. You're not being left out in whatever preparation NAGMA, right, is taking. Sometime within the next year or so, you will realize that a brand new storage facility will be built in Carriacou, right, to store supplies, right, for disaster, right, for NAGMA, complements the United States government. Also right here on the mainland, NAGMA will be realizing its brand new headquarters and storage facilities, right, which will be located in Monjalou, where the old television station was. Right? So NAGMA, as the head body for disaster in Grenada, is putting its things in order to ensure that it's prepared. It is prepared to handle any type of disaster that happens within our country. Right? Headed by Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, superintendent, able, well-trained person to lead that organization, well-able staff, right? Complemented by a number of bodies, right, associated to assist NAGMA in the case, right, of a disaster within our country. So NAGMA is getting there. They're not 100%. It's a work in progress, but every year, things are being put in place to ensure that we are much more prepared for any type of disaster that we face with, right? Our people must understand that preparedness must not just be for today, but it must continue, right? The children must be taught, right, the different means, methods, ways how to prepare for a disaster, what they need to do in case a disaster, right, is pending, what they need to do before, during, and after. You start educating them, let them familiarize them with the different things that they need to do, where they need to go, where if they need to go to a shelter, where is the nearest shelter, right? They are not too young to learn these things. You will be surprised what our young people can do and is willing to do in times of disaster and in times of emergency. Let us get them involved. It will make our job much easier when we have more assistance. Guide them, train them, let them understand the importance. They may be senior citizens within an area. They may be able to help based on the plan you may have within the constituency or even within your village, right? Your environment right there. They may be persons in case of a disaster may need assistance to move, right, to do certain things to help prepare, right? You'll be surprised that the children, not the young, the ones, the small ones that can't do anything for themselves, but those who can do and who can understand the importance and help, let them help. Let them be part of the process. So they will learn, right, and continue to learn as they move on. When a disaster strikes, it strikes every single person and household. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Mr. Romain. How are you today, sir?
Not too bad. And how are you doing, sir?
And convey my greetings to Mr. Scott.
I will, most definitely.
I just want to be very brief. There is a gentleman who was elected on the NDC side, but his party wasn't in government. Every time I go home, I go all through my area, and they were complaining, and they said, we're not getting this done, we're not getting that done. But our representative said he cannot do nothing because he was in opposition, which was a lie. I told the people he can go to the various ministries and request what the constituency wanted.
Yeah.
But he kept lying and said he cannot do anything. Moving forward, he went in government. He became Minister of Finance and Deputy Prime Minister. And he did not do any damn thing for the people. So, have a blessed day,
And
Mr. Romain, and give my regards to Mr. Scott. God bless.
Yes, sir, and I will. And you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Yeah, well, that is the results you get from persons who, in my view, very selfish, self-centered, right? They only think of themselves and not about the people. They ask for support from the people, but when the people give them support, they turn around and look down at the people, you know, and that is so not nice. As politicians, I mean, leaders within our communities, and so you must understand that you have the job to serve. Service is important. And serve with the best of your ability. Don't con people. Don't tell people, yes, you can do that and you can't. Explain to them if something needs to be done, right? What are the procedures, the time limit? Let them understand that these things don't happen overnight. Be honest with them. Let people know the real, of these things. Things don't happen overnight. And the more honest and upfront you've been with the people of this country, the more they like you, understand you, and will support you. No wonder why Dr. Mitchell has been a parliamentary representative since 1984. It is no surprise. It's how he deals with his people, his constituents. He understands politics. He understands that, look, you have to be part of the people, right? And so you have to listen to them. You have to give them support in whatever way. You don't have to be financial. You just being there with them, listening to them, not talking down to them, but being a part of their lives. And so visiting them ever so often. They don't expect to see you every day, but they expect to hear what you're doing. They expect you to care about them. They're the ones that put you there. They are your parliamentary. You are the parliamentary representative of the different constituencies. And I want to implore on our 15 parliamentary representative at this point in time. You have a task ahead of you that is no easy task. It is a task envied by a few, some for selfish motives, right? And it's criticized by many. Very few persons put themselves up to get involved in politics based on the nature, based on the climate in the country. And so, but when you have persons who dedicate their life to politics, to serve in the country, we have to respect them, we have to support them. You as parliamentarians, you have to be with the people, you have to be honest. You have to let them know what is going on. You don't hide things from them. They will understand how difficult it is. They will understand when you meet them and talk to them. The New National Party, parliament persons who represent the New National Party in government, the 15 parliamentary representatives, in my view, have been doing an excellent job in supporting, in relating to their constituents. The job has just begun. We have a long way to go. The development of this country has just begun. I implore, I ask of you as parliamentarians to respect the views of the people. They will also respect you because it goes both ways. Do whatever you can do to support the persons that you represent. Let them know that you care in whatever way. Don't look down at them. Participate in activities within your constituency. Don't ask them for your vote and then you neglect them. If there is a particular project that they want in their area and it has to be done but cannot be done at this point in time, explain to them. They will understand. Don't tell them that this project is coming and it's not. If there is a delay, you go back to them. Remember, you are the servant. You are the ones that they put there to represent them, to serve them, to give them information, to make them understand what is going on within government. They are not the ones in cabinet. They are not the ones in the ministries running. They are the ones outside there depending on your wisdom and judgment to give them that support. That is why they put you there. And be mindful of that. Without the people, you are not who you are. Be a part of them. And I must say congratulations to the 15 parliamentarians representing the NNP within government at this point in time. The country, the people of this country realize that for Grenada to move forward, there must be freedom of expression, freedom to do things by a particular government. Hence the reason why they give this government 15 seats twice, one after the other. 3 times they have won it, but consecutive, because Grenada needs stability at this point in time. And Dr. Mitchell, the leader of this team, right, has set an example, has included persons to be part of the building of this country. It is a new dispensation. It's not one where one group of people is doing what? You have the nation, persons from all sectors, right, of Grenada, different stratas coming together to ensure that the development of this country moves forward. Yes, there will be dissent. There will be those who do not agree, who are angry, who figure they should be in that position and not that position. But you know what? The Grenadian people has decided who they want to lead them. You have gotten a chance. You have made a mess out of it. You cost the Grenadian people decades of development. They have not forgotten. They have not forgotten what you brought them through in 4.5 years from 2008. That is why you, as a political organization, right, has to go back to the drawing board. You know, the Grenadian people are comfortable with the new National Party. The new National Party has been delivering, right, to our country. Look at how this government has been treating our teachers, our public servants, ensuring, right, that benefits are being brought to them. Our teachers are more developed. They have more benefits. Our public workers are getting more benefits. That is what government is here about, right? Our senior citizens are being paid attention to. Our vulnerable persons who cannot afford to do things as they want every day are being assisted by this government. But it's your money. It's what you give to the government they are giving back. It is not a handout. This government is ensuring that benefits reach to every sector, right, of this country. the Grenadian people is the ones that have to benefit from anything that is good in this country. Because when anything is bad, they also benefit a whole that strain. We must be mindful of that. So, I mean, no wonder why the Grenadian people has ensured that for the next 5 years, the new National Party is the only party with a group of persons, right, who care and understand about people, who are willing to go down into the trenches and meet the poor and the vulnerable, the elderly, the young people, the workers, the teachers, the doctors and the nurses, the police officers. They are all willing to go down on the ground and dialogue with them to help pull Grenada out of where it is. And we have seen the benefit over the last 4 years. Look at Grenada economically. We have been moving. Unemployment is down. Right? The debt of this country is down. We are ensuring that the workers of this country benefits come to them. Over $100 million. I mean, has been given to different sectors of our side, teachers, public workers, and so to ensure that this economy keep buoyant. Look at the opportunities business people have through the development bank. Government has ensured that it creates a avenue that small business persons who want to get involved in business can go to the development bank, right, with a plan. They will help them develop a plan, and so, right, so they can do something for themselves. The opportunities are there. Look at the tourism sector of our country. It continues to grow. Look at the infrastructural development. Look at how many new hotels and existing hotels that are being rehabilitated. Look at what is going on in our country. Good morning and welcome.
Mr. Romain, pleasant morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, my friend.
And good morning to your listening audience.
Yes.
And wherever your sidekick are, sir, I trust you are having a pleasant day. Now, Devon.
Yes, my friend.
Tongue and cheek right now. Devon, you know, when I gave up on the NDC, I was so reluctant to join the NNP because in the back of my mind, I'm saying, well, man, you've been this hardcore NDC man for all these years, you know, to step into the house now, you know. I mean, I was thinking that I would not have been received, you know, with open arms. But Devon, all the time, I'm contemplating that. Do you know the mansion, the door was wide open, just waiting like for people like me to step in?
And me?
Well, you have to speak for yourself, you know, because I'm telling you, my experience in the Northwest, you understand, is that when I step into the house of the NNP, Mr. Romain, do you know that I was so welcome? I was made to feel so comfortable. You know what I mean? That I was saying to myself, well, why was I wasting my time all this time being in an unproductive organization? So I want to say, Mr. Romain, is that to those NDC support people who support the NDC, who used to support the NDC, you know, and you are in the middle of the road right now, you feel free to walk into the house of the NNP, because when you come in, they don't see you as being different, and they treat you and they utilize you based on the skill and the talent that you bring in. If you bring in a skill and a talent that is rare within the structure, they don't see you as a former NDC. They put you to work right away. But now, Mr. Romain, listen to this. Only around this week, and on the NDC morning program, I cannot believe when I heard the host was saying that this government is bad pay. It's a bad pay government.
You
so
sure you
heard
heard?
what Mr. Jones was saying.
You sure you heard that?
I said, listen, let me see if Mr. Jones and the NDC is spreading false information. And let me see if Mr. Jones and the NDC is purposely and intentionally misleading the people. Because tell me if this is the track record of a bad pay government. NNP paid out over $110 million that was owed to public servants. The NDC had to pay, they did not pay. The NNP paid out over $140 million of unpaid claims that was left in the treasury by the NDC. This money was owed to local merchant suppliers and farmers. They did not pay. Even while we was going through a restructuring program, the NNP paid out every penny of it. The NNP paid millions to the OECS Medical Fund. That was a fund that allowed us to buy medication, cheaper because of the buying in bulk. Mr. Romain, the NDC did not pay. The NNP paid. The NNP paid millions to the NIS that was owed by the NDC that they did not pay. That was money that was deducted for workers' salary that are supposed to go to the NIS. They did not pay. The NNP paid it. Mr. Romain, last but not least, do you know when it comes to the NIS and the NHI, the NDC know that the government is doing the right thing to address these two major concerns of our people. But still for all, they're talking on the both sides of the mouth. They're saying 5% good, 5% bad. 4% good, 6% bad. As a result of that, instead of they coming out, as a legitimate opposition, guiding the people in the right direction, they are purposely and intentionally spinning the NIS and the NHI, in a negative way to the people, rather than saying, listen, let us see what they're coming with. These are two major concerns. The NIS, we know it's an issue that has to be addressed, and the NHI, we know we have to improve the delivery of health services to our people. Why they don't just come out and support it fully? Because they know it's the right thing for the people. And that is where I find the NDC is losing their way. They are not guiding the people in the right direction as a legitimate political organization. Devon, I hope I make some sense in what I try to say here. I trust, sir, you will all have a pleasant weekend.
All right, my friend, and have a wonderful weekend yourself. Yeah, when you have persons who have no idea, no feelings for another human, how can they govern? And you talk about bad pay? You talk about bad pay. How come University of the West Indies isn't saying that? They've been saying, that Grenada is the best paid government, for a long time. Right? The public workers are not saying that. The teachers are not saying that. You understand? The small business people. And so, they are not saying that because they are receiving their money, if not every month, right? But based on the agreement and so. And we are not saying that everything is perfect. No, it's not. But it's much better from where it was in 2008, 2013. Grenadians suffer on all fronts under that particular government, from governance to whatever. And you talk about bad pay. Look at the development. Look at it. Compare it for yourself. That 4.5 years, right, of NDC. What sort of development had you seen taking place in our country? And look at from the time, from 2013, 14, up to this time right now. Take a look. Take a look for yourself. Look at the hotel belt. Look at the development in the tourist sector. Look at the development in our housing stock. Look at how our health service is moving. It's not stagnant. It's getting better by the day. Ambulances, supplies, everything. Our people is faring much better when it comes to health. The housing situation in our country is getting much better. We have housing projects given to us by the Chinese, and so going on in St. David's, going on in St. Patrick's. You understand? Going on in St. George, the government has just decided to build houses within St. John's. You talk about health service again, look at St. John's, a project that was designed to start years ago, was stopped and delayed by NDC, the health for the people of St. John's and St. Mark's. Now it is on. Better health care and the facilities is being built, right, for our people in St. John's and St. Mark's. And you talk about bad pay, you talk about who cares. Look at our young people. Those of the young people who have been left on the side of the road to do all sorts of things, that is no more. Programs have been developed through the Ministry of Youth for our young men and women. Instead of having them on the side of the road, put them to task, educate them, give them the tools so they can do what they do best. That is what this government is all about. Look at where our Imani youths are going. Yeah, we are moving. They are moving. Yeah, your and my children, they are moving. They have been given opportunity to go right up to university level. They have the ability, so we provide the tools and the conditions for them. That is what this government is all about, creating the conditions and the tools for development of this country. What more can you ask for? We have an able leader. Good morning and welcome. Yeah, we have an able leader with a team, an excellent team, ensuring that the work, the development of this country continues. Not a bunch of lackadaisical guys who they're fighting every minute to destroy the country. I've never seen a political party fight so hard to get into office. And when it gets in there, they fight twice as hard to get themselves out. In my view, they're a bunch of cowards. Because what? You could have told the people of Grenada that that task is too much for you to do. You beg to govern. And when you get there to govern, instead of being honest with the Grenadian people and tell them, look, we cannot handle. It is too much for us. Give it back to Dr. Mitchell and his team. Instead, you almost destroyed the country and its people. But God is good. God is good. 2013, the people of Grenada decided no more of you, no more of lack of development, no more of confusion, right, in this country, but development and betterment for its people. We have a duty as Grenadians to ensure that the future of this country is prepared for those to come. Yours and my children. They must not go through the hardship that we are going through and we went through. We must lay the foundation and make it easier for them to propel, to excel. And congratulations to all the nation's students, right, who have been moving from one stage to another, from the pre-primary to the primary, the secondary, and to the university level. The journey has just begun. Most of you, education is a continuous process. You have to continue to educate yourself, right, to develop yourself and to help others. Very important. So congratulations to all of you students who have dedicated your time to study, to do better, and to the parents and teachers who have given them their unwavering support to ensure that they continue to educate themselves in the best way possible. To our teachers, you have been doing and continue to do an excellent job in educating our children. It is your duty, your responsibility to ensure that the knowledge is imparted to them. Parents, the support you must give to the different schools and to the teachers to ensure, right, that it's easier for your children to be educated. The Parent Teachers Association must be more vibrant. Parents must be more active in their children's life going to school. Not just leave it for the government or for the teachers to do, but we as parents must play our part. So as you move on, students, congratulations to you, and may God blessings and guidance be with you, because that journey, to tell you, is not an easy one. But by the grace of God, with your strength and with the help of others, you will make it. You will definitely make it. Because the road is being cleared by those of us who are there and understand the importance of continued education, thus creating the environment to develop this country as we move on. Grenada is in a good place, brothers and sisters. We are in a good place. We have a group of persons who are leading this country to betterment. We have a population that is supportive. Yes, minor hiccups here and there, minor dissents here and there, but a majority of the Grenadian people are supportive of the leaders they have elected and put there to do the job. They are supporting them. And we must ensure for Grenada to develop, for Grenada to move on. The unity among our people must continue. There must be no wavering. There must be no hypocrisy in that unity. You must not be on the other side, because we are all Grenadians, you know. Yes, you can be NDC, NNP, wherever, whatever political party organization you are. When it comes to the development of this country, there is no party, but there is people with a duty, with a responsibility to make this country better. Yes, election comes and goes. When that election time comes and the people decide who is the one to govern, then we all put our hands on deck and say, let us govern. We must not leave it up to the 15 parliamentarians or the cabinet minister, the prime minister and his ministers to govern. We as a people have the responsibility to help govern within our communities. Form the communities within our villages and so to help. When we have vibrant organizations within our communities, the constituencies, the villages and so, we have better management of the country's resources. NAGMA will benefit because we have more volunteers participating in NAGMA to ensure, right, that persons are safe. When we have unity, when the groups and so on organizations are being developed within the constituencies and the villages and so, our young people learn better, they are supported better. Sport organization, right, developmental organization, they fare better when the community comes together, right, to do things. We must not continue to isolate ourselves. We must not continue to divide our people. We must not continue to study people like Claudette Joseph and them who continue to divide the Grenadian people, who continue to lie for them and be dishonest to the Grenadian people, who continue to call the Grenadian people needy and greedy. Not because you are fortunate and you will look down at people. No. Who are you to do that? And to those of you who continue to find nothing good about Grenada, you are Grenadian, you live in this country, and yet for all you continue on the airways and on television or wherever, continue to criticize and bring down your country. You are not a patriot. You have to change that mindset. Grenada belongs to all of us. You may not like the leader, you may not like the organization that is leading, but who are you? You are not the majority. A majority of the Grenadian people decided that, look, this is who we want to govern. And when election is over, We all put our hands to the wheel and govern. That is the only way Grenada will move forward. So to all of you who want to take a back seat and continue to criticize, and not criticize constructively, because criticism is good, you know. But if you continue to criticize for other reasons, to malign people, to talk bad about people, then hey, that is what you will inherit. So I'm urging all of us as Grenadians, let us put our hands together. Let us help in the development of our country. Grenada belongs to all of us. The New National Party as an organization, 20, 30, perhaps 40 years from now, next 40 years, they may not be in existence. You may have different political organizations. But while they are there, the job has to be done, and they are the ones that are being elected to lead that process. We have to give them the support. As a party, right, we understand the importance, right, of developing our country. We understand the importance of the togetherness. That is why Dr. Mitchell has continued to call for everyone in Grenada to come together. As a leader, he cannot do it alone. He has a team, and even him and the team still cannot do it alone. It depends on the people of this country. Put aside your disagreements. Yes, you can disagree, but there are times when you rest aside and the development of our country comes first. Let us concentrate and ensure that NIS survive. Let us ensure that we put a proper health structure in place, health for all. Let us ensure that the development of this country continues. More projects, more assistance, so everybody can benefit. Let us ensure that Grenada is being built for all Grenadians. Let us continue to ask for support from our diaspora persons. Good morning and welcome.
Devon,
Good morning, my friend.
one question, eh?
Sure.
I from Carriacou. If I come down in Grenada and I meet you, I tell you Carriacou, then I greedy people, needy people and greedy people, and I involve myself.
Well, Carriacou people is not needy and greedy.
No, if let's say if I come in Grenada and I tell you that, and I include myself.
Yes.
Well, if the lady go out there and say Grenadian is greedy and needy and greedy, she includes herself. So see, people have to know what they're saying to her. She put herself in this thing.
It's the same thing. She
including herself.
She pointing one finger and folk coming back at her.
Eh?
She pointing one finger at you, but folk coming back at her.
That's right.
You know?
There you go, buddy.
All right, my friend.
Yeah.
Take care. All right. Yeah. You know, it is time that we must done with and get rid of persons in the political field when they continue to look down at fellow Grenadians, when they continue to call us all sorts of names, and then after come and ask us for their vote just to be in Parliament. I mean, sometimes I wonder when I listen to persons like Claudette Joseph and others, right, who continue for their own personal gratification, continue to tell lies and to malign, you understand, the Grenadian people. And they want to be the leaders of this country. I don't know how they will ever be given a chance to do that. I don't know how they will come to the Grenadian people and beg for that opportunity. They have made a mess of it. Grenadians, I mean, it is so important for me to express, right, the importance of unity within our country. Right? As a people, we have to live with each other. We have to share with each other. You are your neighbor's keeper. When your neighbor's house is on fire, you better wet yours, because soon yours might be on fire. We need to help each other. We need to learn together. You must not be the one to have all the ideas and others must not have. You must depart these ideas so that we all can build together. It is important as Grenadians, as we move forward, to understand what is important, what we need to do to ensure that our country continues on this path. Stability, development, education, health. It is important that we teach that message, teach our children the way forward. We must continue to advocate the togetherness to move forward, because we cannot build this country divided. The new National Party has been leading the way, has been including persons from all different strata to be part of the development process, and we must continue along that line. As we move forward, brothers and sisters, I urge of you, I beg of you, the unity of this country is important. Let us lead by example. We have leaders who have decided to offer themselves up to lead. Let us give them the support. Grenada and its people is the only one that will benefit from that unity. Unity of the people is strength of the people. Brothers and sisters, we have come to the end of yet another Hard Talk program for the day and for the week. My name is Devon Romain, all right? And I wish you all the best for the rest of the weekend. And hopefully on Monday, please the Lord, we will be back here, myself and Sheldon, to share the message, to inform you, and to be part of that development process of our country. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Carriacou's Climate Recovery Resilient Facility received the endorsement of UN Secretary General. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Thursday, July 4th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has commended the leaders of CARICOM for their bold vision to make the Caribbean the world's first climate resilient zone. Mr. Guterres, who addressed the opening of the 40th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government in St. Lucia on Wednesday, endorsed the creation of a Caribbean Climate Recovery Resilient Facility, which he says should be fully supported.
When fully functional, this facility will provide a regional indigenous mechanism for sourcing talent, experience, and financial solutions to support CARICOM members to build resilient communities and nations.
With respect to a new model of economic development, Mr. Guterres noted that island nations in the Caribbean are fast becoming influential test beds for innovative climate action, such as investing in decentralized renewable energy. On the subject of climate change, the UN Secretary General called for collective advocacy to ensure that global temperature rise does not go beyond 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels.
Years of hard-won development gains were destroyed in Barbuda and Dominica in only a couple of days. And this was not the first time that the Caribbean has faced such devastation and loss, and the immense challenge of rebuilding while safeguarding development achievements. Hurricanes Ivan and Thomas, and the many others that came before Irma and Maria, are still etched in the memories of Caribbean people.
Continuing with news from the recent heads of government meeting, incoming CARICOM chairman, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastney, is calling on his CARICOM colleagues to regain the momentum for the regional integration process if they are to win back the confidence of the Caribbean people that something life-changing will result from their meetings. Addressing the 40th regular meeting of CARICOM heads in St. Lucia on Wednesday, Mr. Chastney said there is need to reflect on the relevance of CARICOM at this time. He's concerned that they are losing competitiveness to other regions due to the high cost and inefficiency of their governance, and because they are not maximizing the opportunities in areas such as the creative industries, sports, tourism, natural resources, and the blue economy.
Let us not put off for tomorrow what we must do today. How much longer must we ponder the need for a stronger regional security force? Do we really expect criminals to respect our individual sovereignty? We already took steps to have a regional court. Let's finish the job. How many more studies do we need to confirm the justification for regional health care? The lack of an effective regional transportation policy is crippling our economies. The impact of de-risking and the withdrawal of international banks have created the urgent need for greater integration of our central banks and continued harmonization of our financial regulations.
This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Get ready for a long, hot summer and the event you really don't want to miss. The 11th Annual Grenadian Heritage Day, Saturday, 6th of July, at the Old Lyonian Sports and Social Club, Pinnerview, Harrow, Middlesex, HA1 4QF, from 1 in the afternoon till 7:30 in the evening. Hosted by the Grenada High Commission and Grenadian community groups, featuring the best Grenadian, Caribbean, and international cuisine, fresh Grenadian produce, and a wide range of stalls and attractions. Live entertainment features steel band, drumming, dancing, carnival costume parade, and music by London's top DJs. And for the young ones, bouncy castle, slides, face painting, and more. Win a pair of return tickets to Grenada, courtesy of Grenada Tourism Authority and British Airways in the grand raffle draw, and many more prizes. The event for everyone, Grenadian Heritage Day, when the spirit and warmth of the Caribbean comes to the UK.
Welcome back. Consultations continue as Grenada formulates its country program document for submission to the United Nations and the European Union for a 3-year project to eliminate gender-based violence. The Spotlight Initiative is a global multi-year partnership to eliminate all forms of violence by 2030. The consulting team is currently on island, meeting with key stakeholders as the submission deadline of November 2019 draws near. Consultant team member Lisa Perch says the project's success depends on the codependence of its 6 pillars, including policies, data, women movement, and prevention. She highlighted the objectives of the project.
The focus is on really ensuring that whatever we do over the next 3 years of the program, that we really can start to ensure that women, girls, boys, and men can live lives free of violence. And we say all of those because we also recognize that often and sometimes perpetrators are themselves former victims of violence. And that the violence that we're talking about and trying to tackle, some of the reasons for its persistence is that it's intergenerational. It has gone on for 3 or 4 generations, and it's a hard cycle to break. We also recognize that it is important to look at what are the drivers and the root causes of that. And so one of the key elements of Spotlight will be looking at tackling some of those fundamental issues. And we also want to look at how we really can engage and we can really tackle this in a life cycle approach.
Social Development Minister Honorable Delma Thomas is optimistic that the Spotlight Initiative will unlock Grenada's potential to create a safe society for all. She said the next step of strengthening various entities to provide the necessary services to the vulnerable is very critical.
Another critical need is the establishment of a system that can coordinate and monitor the different agencies to help them work better together to provide seamless services to victims and their families. Therefore, a critical next step will be strengthening of entities to provide direct services to victims and creating a coordinating mechanism to facilitate the effort.
Grenada is currently the only country in the Eastern Caribbean to receive direct contribution at the country program level. The project will be funded to the tune of €2 million. Finally, the Ministry of Agriculture is strengthening its approach towards maintaining the high economic value of the soursop industry. Soursop has been referred to as Grenada's green gold, as it has been one of the most yielding export crops in the country. Mina Booker tells us about the ministry's efforts to boost the value chain of the fruit.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands is currently working on a governance structure for soursop with help coming from the Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO. Under the FAO-supported project, the ministry held a soursop value chain committee workshop at the National Stadium on July 3rd. The workshop saw the coming together of a value chain coordinating committee, VCCC, with the aim of putting together a working group consisting of sector stakeholders to be the governing body of Grenada's soursop sector. The VCCC consists of soursop farmers, exporters, agro-processors, policymakers, and representatives from agri-trade support services. Grenada's soursop industry has the advantage of being the only country that can export its fresh produce to the United States. Value chain specialist with the FAO's regional office, Brie Romain, explained the significance of the value chain for the soursop industry.
This project, this effort today is really about bringing people together to start the dialogue, because we have a lot of expertise and knowledge in the country, but it's about starting a more coordinated effort to promote and develop the industry to kind of reach the potential that it does have. The workshop today is really to cement or start up a committee, basically, to get people interested, committed, and some momentum behind a strategic action plan that's already been developed under the project but now needs to take flight, basically. And that is really about getting the stakeholders in the industry, farmers, exporters, ministry staff, Ministry of Trade, committed to the plan and working towards implementing some activities that are really going to change the sector.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Elvis Morin, stressed the importance of ownership in keeping Grenada's soursop industry top of mind.
And we are grateful that FAO has basically held our hands up to this point to get us to look at enhancing the soursop value chain. It is for us now to do our part. And therefore I challenge what I call the food soldiers in the industry to take this industry serious. We cannot continue to find comfort in the fact that, Grenada is the only country that can export the fresh soursop fruit to the US. That is not enough for us to boast or to feel comfortable about. There are many things we need to do to continue to remain relevant in this trade. And that is why it is critical that the ownership, because we need to protect this industry.
Elvis Young, acting CEO of the Marketing and National Importing Board, affirms that his organization is one that is positioned to benefit from the initiative.
I think this is the beginning of the whole objective to set up that governance structure. It is the first meeting. What we're trying to do now is to lay out the framework, get feedback from all the stakeholders, and from that we would start to craft how that structure takes shape. Well, the idea is not necessarily to benefit MNIB. It's a lot of work for MNIB. All right, that's what would come with it. The whole idea is some organization need to take control. Given the position of MNIB, the current support that MNIB provide for the industry, the relationship between MNIB and the Ministry of Agriculture, government as a whole, marketing would be in a statutory body, our involvement with the providers of grants and other support for agriculture and other industry, we have a direct relationship with those institutions. As a result of that places us in the ideal position to be at the helm of that governance structure.
One of the key stakeholders in this is the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association, or GCNA, whose general manager is Roderick St. Clair.
This session here today is discussing the opportunity for formation of a value chain committee for basically the actors of the source of value chain in Grenada to come together and look towards developing the industry. From where I sit, I was asked, based on my knowledge on the subject, as well as the knowledge of the other boards like the cocoa, nutmeg, and the ordinances, so as to give a perspective on the sort of structure that this committee could take so as to develop it for the actors, but also to look at it in the context of enforceable. So what sort of legislation may be possible so as to make it legal and add a more reliable market opportunity for our farmers, for the exporters and all the other persons involved, service providers within the soursop industry in Grenada. As you know, soursop, as was showed there, is like the number 3 export crop in Grenada. It's very important and it's growing rapidly. Some of our same cocoa and nutmeg farmers are part of this same initiative so that the whole income can be increased if you have a better industry.
Soursop farmer Carl Duncan, who operates a farm in the Blando, St. Andrew, said such an initiative is beneficial to every soursop farmer.
Well, as a farmer, it's important that we organize, because if we are going to accrue the benefits of the industry, we must have knowledge, we must understand what affects all the parties in the chain, and we must let them know how their actions benefit us or affect us. And it's about information, getting that data and cooperating to benefit the entire industry.
The overall aim of the Soursop Value Chain Committee is to establish a working group that consists of sector stakeholders and technical secretariat for the national soursop sector in order to provide guidance, inputs and advice on the soursop sector. It would also monitor progress of the strategic work plan of activities to support development of the sector. For the Ministry of Agriculture's Public Relations Unit, I am Mina Booker.
Thank you, Mina. That story just ended the national report for today, Thursday, July 4th. Let's recap the top story. Carriacou's Climate Recovery Resilient Facility received the endorsement of UN Secretary General. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.